With Blue Link Plus, you can access your Hyundai Tucson Limited remotely. Doors unlocked, temperature set, lost car found.
There it is.
Get complimentary class-leading Blue Link Plus. Call 562-314-4603 for complete details.
Welcome to the PowerCat Podcast, GoPowerCat.com's Kansas State Athletics Show. Make sure you're subscribing to our show at Apple, Spotify, Amazon, or wherever you get your podcasts. Now, from the GPC studios, here's your host, GoPowerCat publisher, Tim Fitzgerald.
Welcome to the overtime. Usually we do this late in the week when I'm in a really good mood, but no, we're doing it on a Monday.
What is your deal?
I don't like Mondays.
We're not going to have to work the rest of the week.
Lucha and So Long are closed on Mondays, so Fitz gets very grumpy on these days.
There's a lot of truth to
Everybody hates Mondays.
There's just like, well, no, I hate working on Mondays. I actually like Mondays because when we're in like season, because we work all weekend, Monday's kind of the down day. We get enough stuff to get by. He puts up tweets of the week. We have a couple other things. We call it good. We used to have teleconferences we could cover. We called it good. Now we're recording podcasts on Monday. Here I am. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah.
Have you guys seen Anchorman 2 when they're looking at the pictures of the cat and it says he hates Mondays, and then Will Ferrell goes, "It's just so damn relatable."
Thank you for bringing that up. Yes, I have seen Anchorman 2. If they made Anchorman 3, I would watch that. They made Anchorman 17, I'd watch that. It's a character of which I'll never get tired. I love it.
Oh.
It's brilliant.
Milk was a bad choice.
It's okay.
Okay. Speaking of brilliant, as Gills alluded to, on Mondays you cannot go to Taco Lucha and So Long Saloon. It is their day of rest. After making delicious food and drinks for 6 days a week, they rest on Mondays.
And helping people make bad decisions.
But make sure you get in the other 6 days of the week. Just don't go too late. We had a good time at Taco Lucha celebrating your graduation on
It was a great time.
Apparently, I left too early.
It did get a little interesting.
Had 2 Nancys and called it a night.
What was funny is you just stayed there a while because you thought you were DDing my ass home, and I was like, no, I'm staying out. We're streaking the quad!
Frank!
Hey, honey. Hey,
What the hell are you doing?
we're streaking. We're going up through the quad to the gymnasium.
Who's streaking?
There's more coming.
Frank, get in the car.
Everybody's doing it.
Now.
How did you get home?
We called it Uber.
Okay.
But it was like, look, I know that Uber is just people out with their side hustle thing. Mm-hmm. This was like a mom or a grandma.
Wait, was it the minivan with the lights on the inside?
Yep. Oh, I don't know about lights on the inside, but it was a minivan.
Was it silver Dodge Caravan?
I think it was.
Should ask for the lights to turn on.
No, I don't know.
It's a party van.
If I drove an Uber, should I get lights inside the car?
Yes.
Yeah.
I had a rather prominent person drive me the other night that I didn't realize had retired. Someone here in town was just out driving his Uber.
You should be an Uber driver on Mondays.
Where am I going to take people? So long.
You'd be surprised.
The airport? Who knows?
I almost had to take an Uber to Topeka when I bought my car, but I went ahead and rented a car because it was cheaper than the Uber. But if the Uber was cheaper than the rental car, I would have Ubered to Topeka.
You need a good driver or else you're screwed.
I would have driven you over.
It was a Monday. It's your down day.
Wow.
And
So
I
don't
need
try
a
to
car.
Don't try to go see Ryan Gilbert work in the bar at Taco Lucha on a Monday. Just not going to happen. You're going to end up with no food, no drink, and frankly, heartbroken. But get in there the other 6 days a week. We love them. They're very good people. They're just tremendous. Who's got the questions from Wabash Station?
I'll take them.
Here's Cole. This is the overtime. You ask us anything. If it's too serious, we're not going to answer it. We want stupid crap. And then people will say, yeah, those guys aren't funny. We know. We're just doing our thing. It's like walking up to me and saying, You're not very attractive. I know that. I'm just working with what I got. This is it. I'm sucking in my gut.
I'm sorry that I'm making that face. I don't mean to make a face that seems like I have a problem. I don't like that face. You need to change it. Change it quick.
Stop making that face.
Is this face better?
Cole, ask.
So before we get to the questions,
God's sake.
I would just like to point out there was some drama in the thread on this overtime question.
I'm not sure if everyone was joking, if one person was serious, if both people were serious, but Chris and Pickles, little tizzy there, little tussle.
When you're a jet, all the way from your first cigarette to your last dying day.
We love you both.
We love you both.
Get along.
We love the pickles, the cucumbers, a lot of people.
Did you just call Chris a cucumber?
I guess I did, yeah.
I couldn't tell. I thought that one person was joking, and then I couldn't tell, and I was just like, well.
I'm going to sneak in there and change Chris's name to I like cucumbers.
Anyway, I hope you guys are cool, and we'll continue podcasting throughout the summer.
Correct.
There we go.
First question comes from none other than Adam K63.
Oh, for God's sakes!
Did Ryan trade his earnings at Taco Lucha for the sponsorship of the Overtime podcast?
I don't know if I'm legally allowed to share this information.
Oh.
But yes.
I'm not sure if I'm legally allowed to rob a bank, but I'll do it. No, this will be a separate thing. He's going to see how this will work then is we'll go in there and spend the money from the podcast while he's bartending and end up tipping him.
This seems like a twisted thing.
It kind of feels dirty.
I thought it was like being jumped into a gang. Only with dinner guests.
Feels like something we shouldn't talk about anymore. It's not.
All right, next question comes from Emarika, a.k.a.
that chick.
A.k.a. Erica the Dude. For each of you, what is the best part of summers in Manhattan?
Drugs, alcohol, sick thoughts.
Oh, such a lighthearted question.
I like it.
That's a good question.
The students are gone.
Spoken like a true townie.
You can drive from Candlewood to Aggieville in 8 minutes and hit all of the green lights. No crosswalks.
It's amazing how much the traffic drops. But it also, in recent years, it's amazing how much it doesn't drop compared to what it used to. It used to kind of turn into a ghost town. It doesn't anymore. I think my favorite thing to go with that is all the olds in town decide, we can go back to Aggieville now. It's safe. And, they all show up in Aggieville and start hanging out like there's shootings in Aggieville. Oh, there are. Anyhow, but yeah, all the olds end up back in Aggieville for the summer, which will be interesting because a lot of the bars are closing earlier than they used to be. I'm not going to call anyone out for it because they might be a sponsor.
Rockabilly.
But I would say this. We were prepared to stay past midnight on Saturday, but that wasn't an option, so we went somewhere else that stayed open late.
I hope you're not looking at me.
You told me
I don't make these decisions.
You said, look, the boss says you got to leave. And I said, do you know who I am? And he said, that's why you have to leave. Like, oh, okay. Wow. But yeah, it's a different town in the summer. It's fun. The other thing I like about summers in Manhattan is when it's 105 degrees with 80% humidity and your testicles actually drag on the ground.
That's not right.
It's that humid, Zach. I'm sorry, I'm old. These are the things that happen to you when you get older.
My favorite part is, well, first of all, I've never been here for a full summer.
Loser! Loser!
And I'm not going to be here for the full summer, but I would say close to a vast majority of my time. So I would say 50-50. So this will be the longest I've been in Manhattan for the summer. I'm looking forward to just not being overcrowded, if that makes any sense.
The students are gone. Welcome to the club.
Seriously, this morning when I woke up and I went on a jog, because I'm trying to get in shape, folks, I know.
Without further ado, it's time to start running.
It's crazy.
Oh, you got baseball. You got to get in baseball shape.
To stand in the third base coach's box.
That's good.
So I have to perfect my jog from the first base dugout to the third base line.
Yeah, if you're in the first base dugout and you got to make it to third every inning, I don't do it.
That's why I always tell my kids, hey, grab the third base dugout because I'm not running over there. But I got to perfect that, and my body has to be in good enough shape to do that. So I've been trying to work out. This morning when I went on a run, it was so nice because I woke up and I was expecting, the traffic's going to be, got to push the button across the street to, basic things that you do none of that. None of that. No cars anywhere. I ran around City Park 2 times.
What did you look at when you were running around City Park?
Sooner or later, there comes a point in a man's life when he's got to face some facts. And one fact I got to face is that whatever it is that women like, I ain't got it. I chased after enough girls in my life. I went to enough dances. I got hurt enough. I don't want to get hurt no more. No, Ma, I don't want to go to Stardust Ballroom because all that ever happened to me there was girls made me feel like I was a bug. I got feelings, I had enough pain. No thanks, Ma.
This is a valid question.
I think
so. Maybe that's a negative for.
Are you talking about other joggers there?
Yeah.
You sickos. What? Did you just bark?
Oh, that was not me. It was Daphne.
Oh, okay.
What about you, Gills?
What?
Favorite part of the summer in Manhattan?
I don't know. Can't put me on the spot like that. It's not like I've had 5 minutes to think
You've
about
had 5 minutes.
The nice thing is you work at a bar that the business doesn't drop off.
That's where I was going. It'll be maybe a little slower, but the tips will be a lot better because you don't have 2 sorority girls that come in and order a bean dip and 2 Nancy's and take up a bar spot for 2 hours.
So you murdered them. What else could you do? Those bitches had to die.
I feel like that was very specific.
It's very specific to dozens of female encounters we've had.
You've had female encounters?
No.
Oh.
But my favorite part of Cole's graduation little party was was it your dad that came up to me and was like, why does Fitz always make fun of you and girls? On the podcast.
Did he really?
Yep.
That's funny. Because he's never touched a boob before. That's why.
Yeah, I don't go for the singular booby girl.
Okay, from Wagcat. Name a closed, non-Aggieville establishment of any kind that you wish you could
Wahoo
snap your
Fire and
fingers.
Ice Grill.
That's an
bring back
Aggieville establishment
for the city of Manhattan.
You broke the
and K-State.
rules.
What do you say? Non-Aggieville?
Non-Aggieville.
Non-Aggieville establishment.
Someone broke the rules in the thread and said Pyramid Pizza. That was an Aggieville establishment,
I'm
guys.
sorry,
Come on, guys.
Pyramid Pizza was in Lawrence too. Maybe that's what they're.
Well, it's got to be Harry's is the only answer here.
No.
Where was Harry's at? Downtown?
Yeah, where the Wareham sign is.
We were talking about that at Lucha with our great customers, right?
There's only one
Okay, what is it?
K-State themed sports bar that should have animal arms.
Willie's?
That should be open, and it's Willie's.
Willie's was good in the heyday, and then their day went, hey, we're leaving.
I don't know. I have not
Bring back
been here
Famous
long enough.
Dave's.
Oh, my God. Famous Dave's. Couldn't even get home in time before I had to poop.
I haven't been here long enough. I don't know.
But I'm going to say Wahoo.
What was the restaurant?
Just because. I don't play by the rules.
Bob's Diner?
Oh, that's a pretty good one, too, yeah.
I never actually.
Bob was not the best person.
Okay, maybe not Bob's Diner.
Well, let's just put it this way. It was a great place to grab a late night, post-drinking food, but don't bring your children.
Oh, no. What the?
Leave it there.
What about Denny's?
He's still calling Royals games, isn't he?
Thanks, Ryan.
That was pretty good.
That was just good little drop there. Yeah, I don't know.
Because whenever I would want to go get breakfast, Bob's Diner would always be crowded. IHOP would always be packed. I wouldn't wake up in time to go to the Guilty Biscuit or
Early Edition.
So the only other option would be Denny's. And the one time I went there, it was not bad. Even though they had 5 ex-cons back there working the kitchen.
I don't think Denny's is bad at all. We've been known, we had a lot of road trips where we've eaten Denny's club sandwiches.
I don't think it's bad.
I've never actually eaten Denny's on a road trip. I know you guys did on the Alamo Bowl.
School, yeah.
But IHOP is the superior chain. What was that?
That was a dude being over dramatic with a yawn. He's got a little flair to him.
IHOP is the superior breakfast chain that isn't Cracker Barrel.
Oh, Cracker Barrel. Oh, so good.
So what did you say the answer was?
Well, I'm going to say Wahoo because it's not supposed to be in Aggieville, but I'd open it up somewhere else.
Zach?
I said Willie's.
Willie's? Ryan?
Willie's.
Yep.
Nothing's closed since you guys have been here, has it?
Denny's and Bob's Diner.
Jeff's Pizza, but that isn't.
That's
I'm a rule follower. Fitz.
Oh man,
I do miss Jeff's though, just because there's no late night. There's no. This goes back to last week. There's no late night food in Aggieville that isn't
gross.
Jimmy John's or Varsity Truck,
or Fat Shack or DP Dough,
or those two. I just want to go get a $3 slice of pizza at 1 a.m. that's been sitting there for maybe an hour and call it a night. That's what I want to do.
Okay. Good to know.
Thank you.
Next question comes from Claws Out, Balls Out.
Oh, that hurts.
How does Manhattan not have a bar with live music?
It bugs the hell out of me. The Hat does a lot of concerts, but it's not really a bar. It's a concert venue that looks like a bar.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not. They're not open on regular nights, are they? They're just open for concerts. This town so badly needs a legitimate concert venue / bar. You know, a big place. It couldn't be in Aggieville because the square footage cost is too much. Now that a church has bought the old theater, I always thought the old theater would be good for one end of it being renovated into a giant, like, concert venue / bar. But now I go to church there, which would be weird.
Did you know Tech Nine was at the Hat?
Yeah, no, I heard that.
I would never have guessed that Tech Nine would have came to the Hat.
Did we talk about this on the podcast, or did we talk about it before?
No, I think we talked about it before, but I like the fact that they broke outside of their Red Dirt Country.
Yeah, me too.
They do really well with Red Dirt Country. They sell out shows. They get good acts. I mean, Longhorns, when they were down in Aggieville, got good acts, but none of these are true concert venues. They're not even honky tonks where, you know, it's a big, wide open, a lot of wood and, you know, I don't know. You know, wood
Who'd they
floors.
do out at Britt's Farm? They did a concert out there.
Did they have Parker McCollum out there?
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah.
It was
right when he was blowing up big. Yeah, I just wish, honestly, I've said it over and over, I wish we had an amphitheater someplace. I kind of thought it'd be cool if I'm trying to get my directions here, north of the residence halls parking lots, you know, in the land leading up to Imbath, it's a slope up. I thought that'd be a cool place to put an amphitheater up in there, overlooking campus. You know, if little disease gets out of Imbath and, you know, it spreads more.
Can you
easily.
say Imbath?
Imbath.
Are you saying it like with a T and H?
Yes.
Remember when I said NBAF?
Because it just doesn't feel right to say Imbath.
Imbath.
I like bath. Anyhow, I wish we had a really good. Not that the Hat isn't. It needs to be bigger. It needs to be more honky-tonker if you're going to have that honker. But I also wish there was just a place, you know, man, Salina has a Stiefel. I don't really want that. I want more of a bar venue, but they get pretty cool.
What's that giant place in Fort Worth?
Billy Bob's?
Yes. Have you guys been there?
I have not, and I want to go there.
It is so cool.
There's a concert there. There's like a 3-day music fest in Stillwater during football season. It's like the weekend of the Missouri game, and they've got a really good act on Friday. And I'm like, maybe I'll go to Stillwater. There's 2 like upcoming acts I want to see that are opening down there.
In the spring, they do calf fry.
I think Stillwater.
Which I assume, going back to the questions podcast, I don't know if they actually serve calf fries, but it is called the calf fry.
Speaking of fries.
Okay.
The next question comes from Email Wildcat 82. Better side. This will surely stir debate. Fries or onion rings? He says fries from In-N-Out and onion rings from Whataburger. Who is he? That is my question.
Email Wildcat 82.
Oh, he says, email Wildcat 82 says fries from In-N-Out and onion rings from Whataburger. Are we strictly referencing In-N-Out and Whataburger?
No.
Or are we pulling in?
He just said that, and I feel like he said that, and he didn't even answer his own question. It's just like, I like these from this place and these from this place, but like, we didn't get the qualifier. We didn't get that qualifier.
Animal style fries from In-N-Out, by the way. Is that a thing for you guys?
Absolutely not.
I've never done it. It said
I don't know. I haven't either.
Thousand Island on it, right?
Yeah.
No.
I would like to say that no matter what Cole says, Riley will leave a comment on the thread saying he disagrees.
True. So I'm eating fewer and fewer fries. I've given up French fries for the most part. Once in a while you can't help it, then you just end up with it. Like I really like So Long's fries. They're top notch. But I've given them up. So most I'd have to answer onion rings here. But then again, onion rings are what I kind of got sick off of in Las Vegas because it was so like oily fried. Blah.
I think that it's fries for me.
He likes fries.
I love fries.
He loves going to Whataburger with me because he'll order fries in his burger and I order fries with my burger and he gets the fries.
I don't understand why you don't order onion rings, though.
I'm going to start doing it, I think.
Okay.
Okay,
here's why I don't. Zach, when do we typically stop at a Whataburger?
After a game.
Or when we're driving. Like we stop in Edmond on the way.
Yeah.
Do you really want me eating onion rings before getting back behind the wheel? Daphne didn't get it from her actual parents. Daphne got this farting from me.
It's a formidable scent. It stings the nostrils. In a good way. Yeah. Brian, I'm going to be honest with you. That smells like pure gasoline.
They've done studies, 60% of the time, it works every time.
I don't care.
I hope Wally
Yeah,
doesn't.
you can't smell anything.
I'm wondering if Wally listens to the overtime because I specifically remember tweeting about Whataburger and he roasted me for it.
I know.
That's just his take, though. That's just his take.
He's an in-and-out kind of guy, so to speak.
Sorry, Wallace. I think that onion rings are so much more valuable in the scheme of sides.
It's harder to screw up a French fry, though. You can screw up an onion ring pretty bad.
Yeah.
And you can have a good, you can have an onion ring that's better than a French fry, but generally, French fries are the way to
because
go.
onion rings are one of the only things that can be like sides to that you can get at Burger King and gourmet appetizers that you can get at Jack Stack. Think about it like that.
Yeah, gourmet Jack Stack. But the actual answer here is Tots. That is the superior of the sides.
The Tot purist.
Are they better than onion rings?
Oh, yes. They're so much better than all. They're like, if you looked at my food pyramid, Tots are like the entire bottom level except for a corner for vodka. That's the bottom of my food pyramid.
What's the next step? Corn dogs?
Probably corn dogs are in there. Yeah. And then barbecue. Different barbecue.
And then on the top, it's wings from Papa John's.
Wings, Papa John wings.
Better pizza.
And
better
5-hour energy.
5-hour energy's got to be on my food pyramid. And then also...
what's the top?
Carrot cake.
Carrot cake's the top.
That's vegetables.
There you go.
I don't think we've publicly announced this on our podcast that Tyler Dreiling thinks Cole looks like Papa John.
He does kind of look like Papa John.
Oh, my God. You do a little bit.
Thank you for putting that out there.
Okay.
So every time I see him now...
Better ingredients.
With no, hey, how's it going? It's just, hey, I had your pizza the other night. The first time he said it, I just remember having the straightest of all faces in the entire world while Zach and Tyler just started laughing. It's kind of sad.
Okay.
The humans will be right back.
Picture this nightmare scenario. You're hosting friends for the big game. It's neck and neck in the fourth quarter, and suddenly you realize you're out of drinks. You start to sweat. Your friends start to turn on you. You're forced to go on a last-second drink run and end up missing the game-winning touchdown while in line. Terrifying, isn't it? Luckily, you can avoid the drama with Drizzly, the go-to app for drink delivery. With Drizzly, you can shop a huge selection of beer, wine, and spirits, then get them delivered right to your watch party. Compare prices across multiple stores in your area, find the best deals on game day drinks, and get back to armchair quarterbacking from, you guessed it, your armchair. Download the Drizzly app or go to drizzly.com. That's DRIZLY.com today. Must be 21 plus, not available in all locations.
Imagine the softest sheets you've ever felt. Now imagine them getting even softer over time. I'm here to tell you about Boll & Branch sheets. In a recent customer survey, 96% replied that Boll & Branch sheets get softer with every wash. They're made from the rarest organic cotton and designed to get even softer over time. Try their sheets with a 30-night guarantee plus 15% off your first order with code Odyssey. So head to BOLLandbranch.com today. Exclusions apply. See site for details.
The ads are done. Speak humans.
Let's go on.
Next question, Johnny.
I can't stop but think what Papa John did to get fired from his own company, and that's who he's comparing you to.
Yeah, great.
I'm terribly sorry. I don't know why I can't stop saying black. The word black.
Hello, Mr. Burgundy.
Black.
Stop.
Black.
Stop saying black.
Black. If I don't say it, I'll pass out.
From Wizard6294, you're only allowed to have 2 streaming services.
Oh,
Which
God.
2 do you pick?
Becky, quit using other people's handles to ask questions.
Are you cutting your subscriptions to specific streaming
I'm not going to count YouTube TV as a streaming service because it replaced my cable.
That's fine.
Okay. If I could only have 2.
Well, we're waiting.
I'd probably go with Paramount Plus, and that's not just me kissing ass. I think their originals are really good. In fact, I started watching the 3rd Star Trek series because I'm a Star Trek geek.
Are you watching the Halo series?
Yes, and it's very good.
Is it actually?
It's good. They got some other interesting series coming out. Well, I mean, anyhow, I'll move on.
If they make a Call of Duty series, I will watch that.
That'd be awesome.
I'm not I never played Halo. I didn't have an Xbox. Call of Duty, though, I will watch a however many season version of Modern Warfare.
Well, the irony is Paramount Plus doesn't have Yellowstone, even though it's a Paramount production and appears on the Paramount channel. They had signed a deal with Peacock to be their streamer, which is a mess. They'll get it back at some point. But the sequels are on Paramount Plus. Some other one would probably be I don't have it right now, which is ironic. But probably we're going to have to get HBO Max. They're doing so much original stuff.
I want to see that one with about the Lakers. I never watched that. Winning Time, is that what it's called?
Yeah. And Jerry West is furious that he is being depicted as a jerk. So he's being a jerk about it.
Oh, no.
I am not a you.
Zach?
I'd probably go Netflix and HBO.
Ryan?
You guys are all idiots. This is such an easy question.
Okay,
and I don't know if this is legal, but
Pornhub is not
streams and 2 names that come to my head. Illegal sports live streaming websites. I mean, if I had to pick 2, easily picking those.
Huh.
They're free. You get your sports.
That's getting cut.
Darn. Damn it.
I tried to watch
Got to give a real one.
I don't have 2 real ones. I decline. I plead the 5th on this answer.
Okay, folks, I had to cut something out because Ryan Gilbert,
he broke the law.
He confessed to crimes.
I don't know if it's illegal to watch it, is it?
Yeah.
It's illegal to have.
Jeez, we cut it out and now there's no context.
And now people are going to think you're talking about something completely different.
Jeez. Gotta just... Southpaw's listening to this and he's freaking out.
Well, so that's why the websites never get taken down, is because the feed that they get it from, that's what's actually illegal. If you're a website that's just putting on a feed, there's nothing that you can do.
The websites they take down, but they're overseas usually.
Yeah, that's how. Yeah, it's not a .com. They're using a whatever, some different
.xyz is now what stream.
No, if you use like a country, like
wasn't supposed to say that. Damn it.
Okay. Like it's bleeped.
So like I could have stolensports.albania.
Right.
Okay.
Something like that.
Those Albanians are crazy.
We do not support stealing.
So Cole's watching the Royals right now. Let's see which one's ahead. The actual Bally streamer.
Yeah.
Or this unnamed one.
It actually has a name, folks. We're just not saying it. Yeah, Bally's will be way ahead.
You would think. Let me see.
Conventional wisdom would tell you that.
But Bally's is so bad it might be behind.
This is true.
We'll find out in 10 seconds. As there's an
Cole's
ad.
watching an ad. Can't be me.
To answer this question, it's Netflix and it's HBO Max.
So that you can Netflix and chill.
Netflix just ain't what it used to be.
I know, but there's
it's
a movie.
still the original content is still very good.
No outs. Mine's ahead. Continue.
Your illegal stream is ahead of Bally's.
Yep.
Why is Bally so bad at this?
Well, that's not Bally, it's Cox. He's on Cox.
This is true.
No, it's on the Bally Sports app, but you have to sign into
You're logged into Cox, though.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on.
This is
that was a lot of work. I had to bleep out all. Nothing I just bleeped out was actual curse words. Brian Gilbert's over here breaking the law. Go ahead.
From Chris 66204. What is one superstition or just a weird habit you have?
A superstition or weird habit?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's hard. That's superstition, weird habit.
Yelling at the TV at Doug's sermons to make a better call, even though I don't think he can hear me from our apartment. I could be wrong.
I mean, I got a lot of weirdness, but I don't know if there's any superstitions or...
I always got to put my right contact in before my left one. I can never put my left one in before my right one.
Yeah.
You wear contacts?
I do.
And it's probably because I'm right eye dominant. That's probably my guess as to why. Because that's just what I am. But I see better with my right eye.
I believe in all kinds of conspiracy theories, but I don't know about superstitions.
I am one of the most superstitious people in the entire world.
So, like you don't walk under ladders and...
Well, more when it comes to sports.
Okay.
So...
Oh, I get that.
So, for baseball this year with Rock Creek, I've been coaching, for those of you who aren't familiar. And by the time you're listening to this, hopefully we will have punched our ticket to the state tournament.
Okay.
If not...
get like a ticket that, like a conductor comes around, who's got the tickets for the state tournament? And you got to get your ticket punched.
That's a great image.
Okay, great.
I hope that's the thumbnail of the podcast. Is just a conductor train punching a ticket.
Get a ticket from a boy with a baseball bat. I bet you Brian Gilbert can find one of those images on a streaming service. Go ahead.
Every single road game, I buy a big water.
Okay.
I eat one thing of beef jerky.
One?
Not like that pack, but
Is
it's
it
like
Old Trapper?
It's not.
Oh, okay.
It's not.
Is it from a can and it looks like a can of dip?
No, it is not.
Oh.
It is just the singular, $2.69 whatever.
Two what?
It's a nice price. Go ahead.
Yeah. And then I buy sunflower seeds. And so I'll have the beef jerky in the car before I get to the game, and I'll eat the sunflower seeds at the field. Unless, of course, we're playing on turf, you can't have it. So that is my superstition for baseball. It was also in the summertime before, whenever I would go to coach, I would get Quick Trip breakfast before we would go play. That is another superstition that I have. But when I was actually playing in high school, what I would do was I was one of the only people who would actually pull up their pants to wear high socks. Mm. That was one of the things that I did.
So everyone played with their pants down?
You had me really interested in this story until you said you pulled up your pants.
Mm-hmm. And then I realized what a loser you are.
So baseball superstitions are bigger than everything. But I will say this. I'm going to continue with my superstitions that absolutely nobody cares about.
Okay.
When I played high school football, every single game we'd walk the field when we'd get there.
Right.
Mm-hmm. We go touch the goalpost and come back.
Oh.
I would listen to the exact same song. I listened to the exact same song for every varsity game from freshman to senior year.
Was it Rick Ross?
Huh.
Rick Ross was indeed in this song.
Oh.
Huh.
Well, I don't know what that means. Huh. But yeah, but we're not going to put it.
So we can't play the song anymore. But that was a superstitious. I'm on one.
Speaking of playing music, when I'm in a plane and we're about to take off, I have to have a good takeoff song.
What is that?
I don't have a good answer because it
Start
just changes.
spreading the news. By the way, Spotify, that was not actually Frank Sinatra. It sounded just like him, but don't take that down. I got to say this. I used to be really superstitious, but after years of study, years of observation, I have come to the conclusion that the color of my underwear has no impact on the outcome of a game.
Say what?
So what you're telling me is you're not superstitious, you're just a little stitious.
Thank you. That was good. Thanks for working that in. But I don't know. I think Anthony Fauci would probably argue that the color of underwear can impact the outcome of a game. But then I stopped. I don't know. It's just I'm just making fun
so
of,
random.
Fun of Anthony Fauci. He's a little weird guy.
I call him Dr. Fauci. You call him Anthony.
Also, what impacted this is Hanes stopped making purple underwear.
Oh, no. What the?
So I mean,
Do you still have the purple underwear featuring the brown spot in them?
Oh, for God's sake. Let's move on to another question.
He wears diapers.
I have to admit it's frustrating having a bladder control problem.
Because my real problem is finding the protection I need.
You need Depend for discreet, effective protection.
The name says it all.
Depend. Discreet, effective protection.
Next question comes from I Like Pickles Cat.
Everyone's like, what? Yes, I do. Let's move on.
Pickles wants to know, what is your favorite movie that most people haven't heard of?
Oh, my gosh.
That's a great question.
I know mine.
Thank you, Pickles.
The Pickles, the I Like Pickles documentary.
Mine is when I was in high school, we switched from Cox to AT&T, and it was like this new experience. But we got all of the Cinemax, the Showtime, Stars. We got all those channels for the first time, so we'd watch those quite a bit, and you'd find some just bizarre, weird movies. But my favorite movie that I found was this movie called Coyote, where this dude was literally taking people across the border in his truck, sneaking illegals in, and it was interesting. I have no better story than that. It was clearly like an independent film that like had no superstars, no production value. It was just like what? And like it just like it kept spiraling like out of hand like so much, and then it just comes to a close. I don't remember how it finished.
You did not do a good job of convincing me to go watch that movie.
That's fine. That's fine. If anybody has seen it on Cinemax or whatever, there you go.
I feel like all the answers to mine would be like, oh yeah, we've seen that movie before. I don't like.
I haven't seen it.
I mean, like I can think of like actually good. Have you guys seen The Black Klansman?
No.
Yeah, I watched it.
You've seen that movie? I think that movie's really good. There's movies on Netflix that I think maybe like Netflix specials are pretty good. I can't even remember the name of it, so it doesn't tell you how good of a movie it was. But it's about like it's World War II. So again, I will spare Riley the long story of the history lesson and basically say that it has to do with Neville Chamberlain and Adolf Hitler, and it was basically like a fictitious event where they found out that they weren't actually. It was like a German spy and a British spy, and they had to infiltrate. And it was like that. So that movie was pretty good. There's other movies that I think comedy movies. How about? I couldn't tell you the name of this one either, but it deals with John Candy, and he goes out into the forest, and he is living with Dan Aykroyd. What's the name of this movie, Fitz? I know you know what I'm talking about.
I'm sorry, I wasn't listening to you.
Dan Aykroyd, John Candy, and they are out in the
Toy Story.
I know the name of this movie.
There was Stripes. No, Aykroyd was in Stripes. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. No, that's
The Great Outdoors.
Oh God, that's a horrible movie.
Have you seen The Great Outdoors?
Yeah, it was horrible.
What about Uncle Buck?
Uncle Buck wasn't very good either.
Uncle Buck is good. Uncle Buck is good.
I'm not a person that watches movies over and over. There's only a few movies that I watch over and over. Like Riley's watched The Office 732 times.
So that's not a movie. That's a documentary.
Okay. But I will stop and watch Roxanne with Steve Martin anytime because I just freaking love that movie. But that is like the lowest profile movie I'll watch over and over.
What about Spaceballs?
People have heard of that.
We're not talking about that again. Okay, we already talked about cows and steers, and that was on another podcast, huh? But like I like Platoon, I'll watch that all the time. Saving Private Ryan all the time. What else? West Side Story, the original. I still haven't seen the new one. All the time. But Roxanne would be my off movie.
Ooh, Tommy Boy. Have people have heard of Tommy Boy?
Yeah, of course they have.
Okay, here's another current
Stripes.
one.
I'll watch Stripes, but everyone's heard of Stripes.
Here's another current one, Uncut Gems. I bet not a lot of people have seen that movie.
I've actually seen it.
Adam Sandler.
You watched it with me, yeah.
Maybe.
Now you're just naming things that have been nominated for awards at this point.
I love Desk. Brick, are you just looking at things in the office and saying that you love them?
I love Lamp.
Do you really love the lamp, or are you just saying it because you saw it?
I love Lamp. I love Lamp.
I don't know. I feel like not very many people have seen Uncut Gems because they say, oh, Adam Sandler. I don't like Adam Sandler. And then you realize it's not a funny movie. It's a serious movie.
And that's what makes it a funny movie, because it's funny that it's serious.
That's perfect.
I'll just say I like Spring Breakers. It's a good movie.
I feel like we've talked about that before.
I feel like we have too. I like Spring Breakers. What can I say?
All right. Fitz is giving us to keep talking about this.
Keep talking.
Hey, Zach, what's your favorite thing from Cheesecake Factory?
Oh.
So anyhow, the banana hammock.
The last question of the overtime comes from Queso Cat. Will KU have a closer margin of defeat in football against TCU than their 30-3 loss to the Horned Frogs in baseball? Did you guys see this, by the way?
God,
yes.
The 9-hole hitter had 5 RBIs in the entire season coming into the game. He finished the game with 10 RBIs.
So he has 15 on the season?
Wow. It's like Mike McGurl.
So you're a baseball guy. Is it RBI or RBIs?
We had this debate on the overtime last year, I feel like.
It should be just RBI. Because there are already
RBIs.
runs batted in.
No, it's RBIs.
Okay, whatever. What do you know?
Fitz, why are you looking at me?
Because I need you to add some clarity.
RBI.
Thank you.
No, if one RBI is one RBI, what is 2? It's 2 RBIs.
2 RBI.
But it's still saying RBI.
2 runs batted in. RBI.
An RBI is a run batted in.
It's runs batted in.
You have 3 runs.
You can't have 2 run batted ins.
No, it doesn't work like that.
Exactly, it doesn't work like that.
We looked it up. It's RBIs. That's what Google said.
RBI is a noun. Okay, it is a noun.
Don't assume it's pronouns.
Don't even know what happened here. What was the question again? I don't even know what the question was.
TCU.
Oh, no, they won't play that close. Well, TCU's not going to be that great.
I'm going to say same exact score line.
Oh, my God, it's got to be the same exact score. It'd be so funny if they lost a football game 30-3 after losing the baseball game 30-3.
You know, the game's going to be in Lawrence this year. They played them tough last year. I'll give Lance Leipold's crew some credit. I'm going to say they're going to lose by less than 27.
Will they score more than 3? Or it'll be like 24-0.
They'll score more than 3.
I mean, 27-0.
Math is hard.
Math is hard.
This was a short podcast.
How long was it?
We're showing only 37 minutes here, and I got to cut out a whole bunch of stuff that Gilbert said that he was just going on about. I mean, he was talking about how he mules drugs across the border, how he steals streaming services, how he's done some murder. I didn't know this about Ryan Gilbert. Turns out he was a 1980s hitman in Las Vegas. I didn't know that. I wouldn't think he's old enough, but he confessed to it on this podcast, but I had to cut it out.
But why did you just bring it up again?
Did you bleep yourself out? You sure didn't.
Well, I'm not confessing to a crime.
So what you're saying is hearsay?
Right.
Okay.
He did plead the 5th earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Objection.
Anyhow, that's it for the overtime. This one wasn't very long.
That's what she said.
Because you know why? Because we recorded it on a freaking Monday! Sorry, Daphne. Didn't mean to stress you out. I love you, Taco Lucha. I love you, So Long Saloon. I'll come see you soon, but not on a Monday, because apparently I'm now podcasting every Monday and you're not open.
That's so very, very sad.
Thank you for listening to the Power Cat Podcast. Make sure you're subscribing to our show at Apple, Spotify, Amazon, or wherever you get your podcasts. Power Cat Podcast, all rights reserved, gopowercat.com.
Who is June Carter Cash?
You don't know music until you know June. Experience the artist and icon story of talent, ambition, and loyalty.
She had that spark, the it.
June. New documentary now streaming exclusively on Paramount Plus. Go to Paramount Plus to try it free. Terms apply.